수수단 파단 아니 가 매든죠 거기서 뭐지가 알아라 아니 곰자 다들 곰 미망고지 뭐 곰잡스디 어딘데르지 아 대고 삼당 요레스로
There are some differences, however. Some people think that meditation, when you do it, breathing in, breathing out, it is just to make a kind of empty nothingness or an empty mind. There's a lot of people think that.
다 먼저 낭바기 가라고 낭발에 대제 망보여로 낭바 대제 망보시라요 단다 먼저 팅미다 틱진래나 나시 대제 망보 상로 당당 담면다요 나 단다 먼저 단당에 시에딩 먼저 팅미다 틱진 팅미게 곰자야 낭바 임바 칸실라 낭바 단다 팅미라나 망보지기 팅미라데네 단다 스리랑카 당 타일랜드 당 도저 먼저 내 곰자니 뭐보다 어느데기 아니 곰자들의 튕겨때 먼저 표가 남버디 이날에 냠내 다가라 요래로
So, if we look at the context of Buddha Dharma, there are many categories or levels of practice, many types of practice. There's like the root jhana vehicles and the higher vehicles, and within the higher vehicles there's also Tantra. So if we look at these root jhana vehicles and greater vehicles in the context of Buddha Dharma, we can say that in Sri Lanka, Thailand, these root jhana vehicles are prevalent, and Tibetan tradition has that too.
다 먼저 우라 미바게 아니 곰자변데 다데 쪼데 아니 우라 미베 루데 팅메다 그저 망고 질라데네 아니 루트마 루라 옥트마니샤로
Yep.
옥트마니샤데 만샤다 루트마니샤나라 두용 거래 인데나라 초트마니샤 셈트마니샤 쳬트마니샤 인데요 따단다 팅메도 저이나 타일랜드 스리랑카 타일랜드 타이완다 또 망보질라 발마단데 망보질라 콘서 망보지기 루 트마니샤 쪼시야 네 지루게 콤바자다 아니 르르 믹다 르 코란라 쪼 르르 믹다지 야 가시에게 처외가나 아니 쪼치야지로 다 벽 넘어선제에서 심 때문에 시작하나 쪼치네 냠린치게 요래 나 어디 시에나 야고 지난 상만 냠린치게 요 간실라 쪼 숙차데 가르가나 지게 요래서 디셈베이나 데리샤 땅아라 가르치고 도세 스스 가르치고 도세야 돼 삼다이로다
So if we look at the mindfulness, let's say when you take breath, the breathing practice as your focal object, and the main focus within these root jhana vehicles, is the close placement of mindfulness of body, isn't it? Because you're taking that bodily level, but then, close, and particularly within, there's close placement of mindfulness of body, feelings, mind, and phenomena. Within that first one we just talked about, close placement of mindfulness of body, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Burma, they mostly practice on that as a reference point, taking the body, being aware of that, being aware of like walking meditation, checking, scanning the body. Some do the close placement of mindfulness of feelings. And in the Tibetan tradition, the main one we do is the close place. We have those too, but the main one we do is the close placement of mindfulness of the mind. So within the Tibetan tradition, our main focus is mind.
다 드려요. 저 제가 언니 ugla samla daan de chamba shaayende zan ug gom jaayende ni gom jaawe gaanla so sem de gom jaawe jela sem chung ya ani gom khurang ngo de chamba nyasha saya de chamba nyasha khurang sherab ji ngo ro sherab ji ngo che de chazang ug jung gom jaane khaga 가야지 상로마단jo 마인바 쳇로 근데 우 가와 두고요디 셰바지 디가나 셰바지 데비나 셰바도 가래 셰럽로 지난지 셰바를 템바샤션조디 템바니샤 셰럽스 최단 셰럽디 가르잖아 셰럽지 뭐 가르잖아 라니 수수 셰바스로 고디 셰바들 가르시 이거 올라나 단단하죠 당아 욱수 당거도 우파 당거도 시게요 한당 안저 망고지기 안저 우다 당거요 우파 당거 수 우마다는 안저 시도라라 이나 수수 욱수 당게요다 우파 당게요다 한저 더나치게요 말 시게요 말 다데 검디 깔레카고 게 말해요 깔레카고 게 말해 그 더나치야지 거래로 깔레카고 제 말해 아니 하고데 미바 사버버지 곰 딘데 치고 말해 그래 여여 그래 말한도 욱당게 열어 말한도 여여 그래요 말한도 잘라 정말 여여 그래 정말 제가 너무 말해 여여 다 여버디 하고나 시스나 다가 되다 다 될라 삼모 뭐 당 말해요 오늘 신내 레라고 쉬어지래요 이나 다른 바지단 거나 먼저 내가 가리네로 내가 가리네 지신의 레라고도 알아 가든로 심비나요 그 레라고 쉬지 용구도 모르다이네 신나 모르다이 레라고도 알아 아니 칼라스에네 신나 레라고도 와 지난시니 곰자이네 신나 레라고요 가리나래로 제당 안에서 심비나 레라고래 마시나 갈래가고 싶지 차도 거다 right.
So, in that sense, when we use the breath as our reference point, as our focal object, we can use it to cultivate wisdom or mind, because one is able to make the mind more upright, more lucid. Here, close placement of mindfulness has wisdom as its entity. Wisdom being a discriminating attitude. A lot of people think you breathe and then you're in like a state of nothing, being very quiet. But here, you use the breath, and just the mere fact that you're watching your breath, you are able to introduce yourself to the fact that, oh, I'm breathing in and out, and this is wisdom. So here, wisdom, the entity of wisdom is to know its object. What are you knowing? You're recognizing that you are breathing in and breathing out. Now, we need to breathe. If we don't breathe, we die. But our problem is we hardly recognize we're breathing at all. Here, there's no need to fabricate a new focal object. It's not something out there you need to kind of fake. The object is at hand all the time, your breath. It's right there. And it's so easy, very easy. You don't have to contrive any focal object. It is just working with the breath. It is similar to the case that when you're doing gardening, you become good at it. When you cook a meal, you become good at it. It becomes so easy. This is the same. Once you know how to work with the breath, it is easy. But it requires application. It requires study. Otherwise, it's not easy.
칼라 야고 소시는 아니 규제 가래 윤에 소신 거다 알아. 인지민지 직 시우지 망보 고고면다 그 가래 윤에 칼라 규제 야고 뉴뉴질레면에 칼라 심부서도 거다 알아. 직벌해.
You know, once you become adept at cooking, you can bring anything together, even if you just have a small amount of ingredients. It doesn't take a lot.
칼라 소마시는 아니 옆제 망보 사 뿌다고던데 망보 사로. 딜라니 또 망보 다 아니 수디 칼라 소마시 지리 당 차만다서 마츠든 저서를 소다라
Yeah,
찍버려야 돼. 당번먼저 검제돼. 그때 갈래 쉽지 잡지 쉽지 치고라는 코스베 콘충부터인데 때제로
yeah.
아니 미 페머스 된데로 도제로 니마 가시지 검자 쉬 차그르 되거든 이 책이 말하고 갈래 장 장사의 베이직 두네야 장기나 싫은데서 장 아니 티다라라 요래로 하고 정말 요래들 신다 다른 뭐 expensive 쇼핑 organic 된데 제가 너무 시슬라고 organic 정말 요래로
Yeah.
근데 어제도 지부지 냐래로
If you don't know how to cook, but you have all the ingredients, so many ingredients, and they're expensive, then you could go a bit wrong. You could burn it, put too much salt. It could end up uncooked. Meditation, just like that. You have to put effort, and even if you put tremendous amount of money doing an expensive course, following someone famous, then you think, oh, okay, in 1 or 2 days I'll be able to meditate. It's not like that. You have to follow the basic steps, the correct order, and put effort into it, and realize then that the ingredients are in your hand. You don't need to seek for the best organics because you've already got it in your hand.
저 갈라서다 잠바 지고도 뭐다 뭐서 소고다로
Yeah,
그 이제 위도든데 망보 따대는 직소하시는 연구 말을 될 수수스네 네 뭐서 소고다 뭐서도 은 냠용다 어디 매대 차다나 세로 어디 취도 많다나 신부매에 차로 어디 숙배 sö다나 양 좋아민도 다디 공어서 sö다 아니 도나셔나 다디 도나셔나 싱그레 도나마 챤나나 먼저 메지지 칼라스 때네 칼라야 원고민도
yeah,
미카시에 로야 첨부차네 단도 칼라스 마셴바 되기도 가르스나 칼라스야라 도나요 말아 근데 지부지 냐래 곰제데 도나 당 수수 고죽지 저거 알아 수수 곰지 자고 알아 수수
yeah,
곰지 잡나 어디 삼로 대단데 대응 것도 어디 제대 대응 것도 대시대 대응 것도 아니 대 냠냠데 레온데 아니 칼레 수수수수 삼단단데 시행 거라 대신에 한당이 라야 되는 게 곰제 레라오레라
yes. So it is not enough, is it, to just study how to cook food? You actually have to make it. It's not enough just to look at the video. You actually have to cook it, and through your experience, know the right amount of salt, whether you've put enough water, or is it burning it, doing it in such a manner. So you actually have to make it experientially, and in that sense, of course, you have to have interest in it. There are many people who are into the older years, never had an interest in making food, so they don't know how to cook. Meditation is exactly the same as that. You have to put effort and have a zest for it.
제가 다디 단단한 저 템바니 시야세디 우람이베 템바데
Yes.
우 그래 데다 셔럽징고 네 제가 셔럽스니 디시행으로다 셔럽디 가르치고 라데 빼나는 저 당한단다 옥수 땅 옥파 땅에 아니 먼저 견직 파 세거를 봐 견직 파 매우 소고요 다 디 가르소고요 먼저 다 셔럽디 로 야게 쇼디야 야게 땅 아니 다 견 삼단데 견그리 로 투베리 딘데직 파 매우 소고요다 다 곰잡사도 어디래 야가직 야도요 도가직 파 매우 소도고요 다 단단한 옥중 곰잡아되기 아니 셔럽징고 옥수 땅 파나 셔버되기 가르파 매우 소고요 봐 가르 매우 소고요 봐
Well,
디싱으로다
then, if we are practicing close placement of mindfulness on breath with wisdom as its entity, we have to know what is wisdom. Well, breathing in, breathing out. One is dispelling faulty states of mind and actualizing valid states of mind. So in terms of that, you are increasing the good qualities, and breathing in and breathing out. what are dispelled are these faulty states of mind that hallucinate. So it's very important to know in terms of wisdom, what are we doing with in breath and out breath? Yes.
다딩에 말라와시 먼저 제일 곰스께로
Yeah,
저런지 근데 땅에 야 상저디 랍성아
yeah,
다 매우서야디 가른 매우서고도 이 저런지 셰버시더라 지제나 건도 사실 곰년요에는 싱그레다 곰년이면은 수수지잖아 삼노시단다로 삼노시단도 야고다
yeah,
싱에 말랍샤나 저런지 레벨나 되게 말라 냥 랍샤나 로 되게 말고 심나라 덕과질리 저와질리 삼노시단 저런지 삼노시단 근데 가리나 심나라 템보치 차스나 enge dere lapshade dene dere shade ne en jelo gom jaminde da dere shade ane su ratwe yoro de una ane na gom jadan sheba sedre ta gom jadan shine ne gom jago warda
okay. So it's probably better if I don't talk too much about it, but we actually try and do it, because I've talked about cultivating the good states of mind on the one hand and dispelling the faulty states of mind on the other. Well, how would you do that? How would you dispel invalid states of mind? Well, it's better that you come to that through your own experience, because if I talk about it, that's not going to be your experience. And it is better if you meditate and then think and come up with your own doubts and questions. And once the mind is stable through meditation, you can start to think, when one meditates, this is the case. You get this result from doing this through your experience. Then when you know the method of meditation, then you actually have to do it, practice.
와 다 담봉이나 먼저 시림기 원에 꿀롱 곰제다 네 비딩 액세스다 롱종다 네 곰디 주준자디 제디 곰 예드마 직접 근데 잡사야지라 단다디 먼저 제일 양자디 땅무시디 전바디 셰럽지 ngo게 네 미든조 가르세기 유메디 네 디도라 곰제긴다라 제
Right. So right now, we'll go through that order of the mode of meditation. We begin by setting the correct intention, then we do some breathing exercise, then some breathing meditation. So giving that, setting that order down, and then later we'll go into, okay, so if you're using breath to cultivate wisdom, what's the entity of wisdom and what faulty states of mind are dispelled? Yes.
아야 다 꿀롱지 아니 곰자디 드림 라콘에서 같이 싸워 가지도 아니 드림네 제외적인 아주 셈디다 신배 나라게 르가게 저와칸 제와디 신라 편도에 와지 지긴 대야 편도데 저와 매외 돈을 방에 파디 편도도나 마디 추용 그래서 매외체
Yep.
편도와 바식 디벤메시 네외체 뭐래 알아서 단다 망보지 스스스 마지we 쳐야 돼 오늘 스스 밀어 하라고 편도체 아니 저와디 expectations already to 마두weche 아니 마지wecha 예 파디체 nga 추디체 nga 니 파님 버티데 추데마 예 파 차스에 계신 드링 추 차스에 마중 드링에 예 드링 파 텐줄라이 드링 추 텐줄라 마중 더 디나한테 간데 있는 전화도 망보지 네 페이스북도 예 파 thumbs up 제 추체 마중 네 딜 툭 되고 있다 디 가르스나 그래서 레와디 쉬우지 전부 써라 다 된아시 다 그래 곰자래 나 곰디 잠나 내 강에 디 조부지 세버전 근데 레와치 지야요 말이야 근데 레와치니 미디 곰 조부 삼샤 그래라 나 쳐돌 데 잔데 그 치는 내 강에 정말 매우 속으래서 근데 레와치 기야 말이야
Yeah.
맞대 유는 장기인스로 장기인스 곰 장기인 곰 장기인 데 유나야 왜요 레와디 저런도 더 난치더라 먼저 탕말해 먼저 니마니마 정말 지워 창마 수수 지난다 규제하고 열들래 레와디 쉬우지 수수 마지워서야지 레와디 소고요. 더나시다 봐. 그래서 당하는 상황을 쌤 김마집 잠을 연구라. 아니 디 칸네 중도서 난다. 당보디 규진직 규진식 지식직 레와레다.
Okay.
어디 이제 아니 얘 펜터보디 펜터 바식 뭐 드리네스는 거. 수수 룽하게 이숨 저와 강한 제가 신은 펜터보디 펜버 바식 써야지다. 레와 매외 돈이로
Yeah, yeah.
주기에서 꿀로하고 제시왔어.
First, in terms of the mental intention, it is an intention to benefit others, concern for others with body and speech to help them. But one has to have this intention with no hope, of giving and getting something back. And this is a mind that, if you can cultivate it, has tremendous power. Because often, in our case, we get upset because we help, but we don't get something back. And in not getting something back, we get offended. I gave a gift, but nothing was given back. I made a cup of tea, but they didn't make one for me. I said something, but I didn't get a reply. I said something on social media, but I didn't get a reply. So in that level of expectation and hallucination, there's an agenda there. So we should be free of that. And even we can carry that attitude to our meditation. We think that, if I meditate once or twice, all my problems will be gone. But if you have that expectation, you'll be a person that quickly gives up meditation. Or even thinking, I'll come to Chandrakirti. That might solve it. I'll do my meditation there, and then quickly my problems will be gone. Not like that at all. We should come with the attitude of, we're all studying to work with our mind, to meditate. And we're all the same. We're all the same in that regard, that, whether things are going well or not well, we made it. And we made it from causes and conditions. What is the source of our difficulties? It is often causes and conditions. But in that light, then, to motivate without this sense of hope for self, getting something, so motivate that may my actions of body and speech only help others. Yes. Yeah, can you affix that intention?
아야다. 가오감네 다 된다. 당연히 맛이 오래. 꿀은 저시고 입에 갈라니. 꿀은 돌두지 제네로 왔대. 네, 삼바 삼바지 토네. 니마디 끼기 저런서 같이 내가 제 쇼부에 저와체 요에 가돌라니. 지금 자 뒤주시다 용어 말와. 저도 지 상로 지 준주지 누가 첨보지 꿀은 돌두지 가르스나. 드링 내가 생각 삼바 삼바지 토네. 지금 니마디 끼어도 같이 밀 가져 두두 펜도 같이 지금 상태인데 지 꿀은 제위네 야구여 상상으로.
If time is short, the meditation can be done in a very pithy way. I'm thinking that, if you're busy, if you don't have much time in the morning, if you have to work, then just think. Today, one will do one's best to have a warm heart to others and help them.
다 가오 겁는 거란 줄에 된대지. 셈바 누가 침보지 유 전연이 요래당 하는 상관 상관로 셈 신비행기 셈 제로 이 제자 가서 되게 말을 막고 제가 수수 내다 야고 요어디 요 하마고네. 수수수수 셈바 지우 소투고요 말이야. 제가 단단 하는 정도가 신비행기 셈바 상부지도와 요어디 셴나 되고 근데 요어디 셴나 셈바 상부디 요어 셴나 아니 오늘 가와 연구래 이거.
Now one should rejoice that one's mind has that potency. We have it, don't we? We've just generated it. Often it's the case that we don't recognize that we have what we have. We make our own selves, we let ourselves down. But we should recognize that we have that warm heart and rejoice in it.
당도 롱종 칭다로 나 원인이 옥슈 제 수슈제 텐 바로 당도 디나는 친랍슬람나 디그래로 근데 친랍람나 디그래 아니 롱추 텐연디 옥데 누바사거든데 수레 디도고는 수수루 시담데베서 원래 룰라나나즈데 인도서 파시로야 나 계제주 심기 그래 심롱암다다 독보다 마지와다 된좀 된대 유나 그래서 봐 시제 네 오파단디와 그래서 봐 된송 텐 수레운디 된대 그 누바사와질레 오파단디 강에 마지와 상와 봐 된송 텐 근데 셰바체 디가나 삼노 단제 엔디스테쇼 아스라.
Now, recognizing inhalation, exhalation, the longer breaths, and with that long inhalation, we could say blessings, because as we breathe in, we're endowed with a new potency. So that any notion of the body being bound or tight, any kind of physical sickness, becomes no more. But more importantly, the mind becomes free of worry, doubt, and peaceful. So on the in-breath, there's that new potency. On the out-breath, physical, mental problems dispelled.
아예 다 류되고 선바양 장마 차선 퇴원내시나 단다 단다 대신 뭐 단다 주주 단다라나 나란 성문 심 장마래로 이나양 언제 심디 장마 야두고요 말해 가르스는 언제 대외 내주 조고 상마 마치용 마음벽에 남다다 도고 상마 추리제네 다대게 심 장마디가 샤두고요 말해
Mm-hmm.
제가 단당원내시는 먼저 단다 수질 강에 매봐라 강에 요말하다 원내시는 이나 가시지 셈나라 지금 마지바다 직시우지든지 가두르 상단다네 데베네 주찬자마 치용제는 nga 마지바유 nga 마디바유 nga 지지 nga 교고 지지 근데 상단데 기다 원내시는 단다 나란줄 강에지 매와
Think now the body has well being, the mind is clear and lucid. In reality, in this very moment, the mind is lucid, but the point is you can't hold it. You carry things from the past, you make projections and mental constructs about the future. You are unable to place the mind in the present moment. In reality, now is not so difficult, really, but some get perturbed because they think about something that happened in the past, or so and so did this, and secondly this, or I'm down and out, all of this. So there is that case.
야다 옥수 땅에 파던 거는 시와 대세 대스 격스다 다디지나 수수 욱준도 가요 람바 스티가나다나 곰잡디 깔레마카버디온 거래 아베 욱릉보 달라 베제마지 우톤도 다는 수수 뒤준 그 수수 수군에다나 버베 욱지단디 수수 베 헐르 지차지도 와
Mm-hmm.
어디 우릉부 단디 헐르 차거도나 릉부당 교부단디 헐르 차나 딩단디는 아직 섭섭로 단디 아니 양수수 하시시를 차거도나 대상로 됐다 다디 땅바디 수당 파단 시바디 전에 다른 건저 장가 야 주사오죠
Mm-hmm.
줄레스나나 다가란 참샤 아니 다게 제다가라네요 셈디 컨디스도 다제대로
Now, the point is just to recognize breath, recognize inhalations and exhalations. And if it helps you to do quicker breaths to do that, that's fine. If it means you're easier with the longer breaths, that's fine. Whatever is your normal rhythm, for some people to relax the mind, it helps them to have longer breaths, but yet others, quicker is okay. And yet sometimes to barely notice breath is also okay. Just whatever is your natural rhythm. And then once you've introduced your mind to that, you recognize that, you begin to count the cycles. Today, we'll start by counting up to 10 cycles of inhalations, exhalations. Then you take a break. Then you just check the mind.
연장도 우탕가 아니 찍니 주서 봐. 냥 줄리스나 냥 참샤 아니 디질다 컨데싱 셈 시워시도 디 시바지 디가나 셈샤지
Hmm. Again, counting up to 10 rounds of breath. Breathing in, breathing out is 1 round, so 10 rounds of that. At the end of that, you just rest the mind in its peaceful, quiet nature. Place it there.
어야 다들이 그런저 데 따제 치고래 그러잖아 당한저 북추 땅파 땅이 어디 시바 되게 나저 견직 세기열 봐 견직 파 매우 서로고요다 가득들 소투고열다 나 이제 가르스고도 봐 저나저 썸노시 당시다
Mm.
견데 가르래다 아니 언제 지금이다 견 첨부직 되나네 세르고 지단 저런저 상단은 예 주변은 렌라 렌 저런저 렌라사들 원내시는 상단은 뒤워단서 uksu tangi pa tangi sheba di nane gyön jik pa segi yores gyön di kare sta samudang sirwa wadi gom japsha wa
Doing that reflection, then just being able to recognize breath, to know I'm breathing in, breathing out. The question is, how is it? What faults are dispelled just by doing that? The question has been asked. One should come to the summation. Just by breathing in and out, faults are dispelled. Reflect on that. How is it?
하고서 얘는 가르치기도
Did you get it? What was your answer?
이제 하고서는 네 하고서가 남나야고 있더라.
Yeah, if you recognized that, how faults are dispelled by recognizing breath? Any suggestion?
하고서
Is it clear?
근데 수수하고 딩어들라 쉐르체는 디거더라. 게지셰는 디거.
The things we experience and know, it's okay to share. These faults are dispelled by recognizing breath.
and 하마고나는 다 하고 오면 되스라. 하고 오면 되스라. 하마고는 게 카세르 됐당.
And if you kind of like, well, I don't know what faults are dispelled, well, then I'll try and clarify if that's the case.
저런저 하고스나나 고육시다.
Okay, so if you know, just nod your head.
그래서 그래서 다음에 하마고니 이제 하마고나는 라고스잖아.
Probably there are some people that are not clear that don't know. So if you're unclear, can you raise your hand? Yeah. So all the other ones who didn't raise their hand, you know it. So those that know, what do you know from it?
Yeah.
Is it and breathing in and out and being with that, you're not adding to the thoughts and the worries and the concerns, and so there's a quiet moment.
Okay, thank you. Kisla uk su tang pa tangi kengi tagarangla namdokti kalamateba drabashe. And the same test shit cooks on drabashe. Because rest, mental rest.
Yeah, good. Other one?
Anyone else?
Share.
It feels that it stops you going down the rabbit hole, that you don't chase the drama. And even though the drama comes, it stops, tries to help you stop chasing the drama.
Right, Gisela. It stops you going down a rabbit hole. Ribong that's what the droga marida. The droga mari karisana susu drama yorwa. Susu story. Susu logyu. Oh di gangla trotok below my imbache. This lulu jobs.
인지직 열고 얘기를 주어대.
Oh, sorry. The question was,
가시
does it stop? It kind of stops you going down the rabbit hole, meaning that you're not adding to the drama. You're not adding extra to it, isn't it? There's a bit of a rest from it.
Very good.
That is good.
Very good.
Mm.
And do you have some sharing? No. Yeah.
And you take the causes away for the arising of unwholesome conditions.
Right.
So when you stop the causes, the result is peace.
So you take the causes away for unwholesome conditions, and when you stop the causes, the result is peace. Kishla kin nyamba rawatam sem nyamba di gyu ka yinsang tile tene trebodi sem gishivares. That's very good.
배우거든. 요 지난주 데이터를 삼당 도시다네. 다 당에 카세르테 땅으로 지난주 투어상을 렌상을 야고도 삼나 야고 땅으로 야고도 당에 카세르테 땅. 단당한주 옥수 땅을 파다면 시바되게 되자시단 띠묵숭근안에 찍색이요다. 가르래다. 다시 해보지다. 당에 카세르 가지세라.
That is good.
되자시단 하고라 띠묵하고라 지난주로. 디숭군안에 옥수 당겨요. 파다운 데장 시에 운디장갈 디숭난에 시에바디그서다. 시에바디게 안에 되자시다. 디무숭난에 강롱 찍색이요. 다 가르색도 곰잡샤스. 아니 가세요 자다.
So that is really good that you have thought about it and the question, you came to your own conclusions. That is good. You gave answers. But I would like to take it to try and clarify it a bit more, that just by knowing that we are breathing in and out, we know we have desirous attachment, we have hostility, we have ignorance. But by breathing in and out, just by knowing that process of breath, which one of those three is dispelled? Can you meditate on that? Which of the three of, desire for some things, hostility for others, and confusion about others, which one is dispelled of those three? Is it a clear question? First we need to be clear about the question. Yeah, because if the question is given, then when you meditate, you can manifest the answer. It'll come.
주어 가래라나 먼저 옥수 땅 파땅게 어디 시바 되게로
Yeah.
당가 옥수 땅거도
Yeah.
당가 옥파 땅거도 옥땅도 시바 다랑게
Yeah.
아니 되자세 그래 시단세 그래 띠무세 그래
Okay, here's the question. Just by knowing, just by the mere fact that you're knowing that you are breathing in and out, does that dispel desire? Does that dispel hostility? Or does that dispel ignorance? Please meditate on that. Is it clear now, the question? Yeah, so I can see it's a bit clear. A couple nodded their heads. Question clear, but if there's no motion, could be clear, could be not. But anyway.
Yeah, it
is okay if the question's unclear. Raise your hand and we'll go through it.
Yeah. Clear? You have a question?
When you say dispel, you mean just abate?
Yeah.
Not necessarily enlightenment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sangegi go panse marvada.
Mara. Ignoring. Hare.
Na mari kansi techa shedon timo sung nangla kare ma se gurwa.
Kare se gure. Tanda di ukchu tangi pa tanga sheba digasu gorda. Tagaranke.
Yeah. So just by breathing in and out, which of those three, desirous attachment, aversion, or confusion or ignorance, are, we wouldn't say completely gotten rid of, but pacified? Just nyurutang. Yeah, better to say pacified. Not talking about enlightenment. Sangiki gopam mari.
Su tangi yorla de ukchu tangi pa tanga sheba digarwa. 티 칼이
Yeah.
숨나니
Yeah.
그것도
So
고요.
just by the fact that you're recognizing breath, which of those three is pacified?
나세 오잖아요.
Now is it clear? Okay.
아예 다 검자.
Now do the work. You have to meditate on it.
어디다 검자다 네 하고 다 세부 차로다.
Yeah,
저
so-
세부 차로. 달린 수수 검자는 세고다.
Now that the question's been clarified through meditation, one concludes answer.
그들이 디 가만히 이야기나 공감이라.
We will do for 2 minutes now.
딜라 제공식이요. 제공. 검자.
This is called analytical meditation.
어야 달린 라서. 네.
So how was it? Did you conclude? Did you get the answer?
가만 투부 그왜 검자 타부 그왜.
Do you need another 2 minutes? Pumuchitu.
Yeah.
What I observe is the sensations in the body
Okay.
in terms of the softening of the eyes, the puffing of the cheeks, and lengthening onto the nose. And with these sensations, are calming.
Calming.
So,
Mhm.
a calming, which feels like a reduction in all of those.
All of those three?
Yeah.
가져서.
Some slight change within my body.
Okay. So what was recognized was the sensation of body, the softening of the eyes, the cheeks, the sensation of the breath in the nostrils, the general calming and reduction of all of those three. Is that correct? Chitang kurang di ukjong tene di lugi sorwa di rache zava tenchi che pena miktenzo lulu tong lulu the nago ni nang lo uk di sorwa di rache che di gangla semte shide che ane decha shedo timo sum
순간매요.
sumba
빼야 그래.
oh wow that's so good
순간매요.
you got all three
신다.
anyone else get there
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question. If we first set the
Motivate. Yep.
then can we draw upon some positive force, such as loving kindness, on the in-breath, and then sort of on the out-breath,
Mm-hmm.
and dedicate that to
other.
does that help to bring all three under control?
Oh. Well, so the question is, your question is about intention, and earlier we did a motivation of intending for others. So in that light, with the meditation, when you breathe in on the in-breath in terms of love and kindness, what is it you breathe in? What are you breathing in?
So positive force.
Breathe in good energy, positive force, and then when you breathe out, you share that to others. With regards to the three, listening them. Krishna nyumang anzo kulong gi wang the chair was siempre gi lodi. The su tong be kapla, su tong be kapla. The jamba gi kola, mari nuba sabchi layer wadi. Nuba le tene pa tang be kapla, shen la, seve, shen la, jamba, rai gi tene, de cha control timok sum tes nyung tong.
네 곰단 디르에서 그래. 디 단다디 곰자단디 틱징게 다 곰자나레 올라딘베 가서나 동랭게 냐네와 신게
Tonglen,
아니 지 윤댕 차도즈 추레 아니 파단데야 지제 신게 동에 추레 강에 추레 신라 파자와데 델라데네 아니 차단도야다 텐데다데 대과 전부에 주의 전주 셈바드즈 전주 셈바드즈 욱 파단 수단 지야 돼 진대기 사무 매베도 준당 매스 거래 돼 디 욱단단데 요레스 디 빼야고레스 또 상고레스
Yes, there is that method. It is relating to vehicle in a practice called Tonglen, taking and giving. When you breathe in, you visualize, you imagine that you are taking on all the suffering of all living beings, and when you breathe out, you're giving them love and well-being. And in dependence on that, your desires, attachment, and hostility and so forth are dispelled. This is what the bodhisattvas do. This is where the bodhisattvas train on the in-breath and out-breath. Yeah, because in that light, if you train on the in-breath and out-breath, and your focal reference is all sentient beings, there's no room in your mind for desires, attachment, and aversion. For you, right? Yeah, because in that light, if you have friends and enemies, when you're doing this practice, all are same. There is that method, and that is a very good method, yeah. But next year maybe, for that one. Any other feedbacks? Yeah. Okay, Kishla, because it's an awareness, it'll be reducing ignorance. The rachu yinsang, denshi yinsang, the marikpa di tes That's very good.
Yeah.
I just have a follow-on question.
Yeah.
For what the lady just said in your response. When you say the spell of the suffering, given that we choose our own suffering through but how does one do that without suffering oneself? So to clarify, when it comes to mind other people's suffering, because of empathy, I suffer and it is very unpleasant.
Yep.
And I don't know how to...
You don't know how to take that to the next level of you not suffering in the context. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, even the word when you said other people's suffering.
Oh, that affect you.
Yeah, I think about the wars and the
Yeah.
like everything, and then
Huh?
peace is gone.
Go on. So that bring back.
Don't think I need to translate this one. Yeah, so Marangla. Oh, so the question was, coming back to this practice, when you breathe in, taking on other suffering, and breathing out, they are endowed with well-being. It is difficult because when one does it, it is difficult to do that without oneself suffering. So, for example, for oneself not to suffer, just hearing the word or being aware of other suffering like the war is difficult. The Tonglendi uksu tangbekap the susu dungel semchen tamsiki dungel su lengurwa pa dewat pa tang yinang susuki dungel ramatra the kaparwa susu dungel kasana shengi dungel pena war mak you wanna tene susu ratrena the kaparwa the kandis
세상 단다 저런 딜러도 그래 당봉가서 로 마잔디 당보 미션지 동네에서 엠바티 세죠. 초시 리그도 하잖아.
yeah
빼야 그래. 초월에 당보 당가서 닝징을 닝제단 참변을 엠바티라 레고라.
yeah
당원에 전주 생권이라 초대 배나 나로이나 저런 초대 레야라 나로 지기요래로.
yeah
다저 딜러 엠바티 세기도 인지직으로.
yeah
시행기 디두로서 수술로 초와시 리그도
yeah
디 당어서 이제 빼미시 그 공부하고 잡사르다 와 디디 칼소래 수수 초디 유나
okay
다 냠린 치엘라 빼미시 야고여데
right so firstly just recognizing what you've recognized, that empathy is a very good step. So, even before the great compassion, loving kindness, just to feel what others are going through when they're going through suffering, in terms of bodhicitta, I also want to have that, what you have. So that is good. That's a good first step.
다디 예외질라 너네 단다 디 신지 동이 출란사데 먼저 신 동이 출린 투에요 말아 이는 디 신라 당저 지 melam자 30년 아직 당아 신 동이 된지 나라라 유나 아니 간데지 마세버도 알아 지난탄다 베다 지난기 10월 상만 라스라고도
Yeah.
동이 코잔 티인데 아직 당에 다 동이 두 삼다마 되시 당에 미 그래서 팬도예요. 맨날 당당하고 유그는 마도 네 디즈라 네 팬도치 도비야 네 가르도 대상당 그래. 이제 다대 동해도 가르쳐 그래서 섬데 짠짠다 되나? 아니 셈데 마지우 살살살도라.
Right. Yeah.
네 팬도치야 가르도라.
Yeah. Yeah.
대상당 그래다. 니버디.
Yeah. Secondly, now then we have to go to another step. So, in the sense that in reality, when we do this practice, we can't really remove those beings suffering. But what we can do is have a kind of care and concern for what they're going through. Now, you said that in even just hearing about it or knowing about it, you lose your mental peace. But in this case, to not lose your mental peace, it would be more pertinent to think, okay, so those beings that are going through that problem in the war in Ukraine, how could I possibly help them through that? How could I help the suffering situation? What can you do?
당저 지에 지투비야 빼나 지투비야 가르도스나 수수 누가요 가르스나 따베나 저랑기 둘로닝 바지 콘솔라 둘로닝 바 자게를 찍 콘 미직을 되나 미직을 펜터라 베와
Yeah.
따베 군거스인데 남시 장모 열바
Mm-hmm.
아니 지 칼라사면라 고몽가지 콘솔을 신데잖아 디펜터라 어디 지야르면시 아심데 젠 대요 말해라 아니 대면 대지도면은 아면람자다 면람자디 핑그래와 생각 면람자디 콘솔을 면주 말하는 면주 아니 지 마도 조고 타쳐야 오늘 다 푸딘 기심디 시와차야 푸딘 기심의 닝지게야 근데 면람자위나 도즈 땅제 치도어와 어떤데 지오래서
The things we could do, perhaps, might be to offer some clothes. If you offer one jacket to someone that needs it in winter, you've benefited one being, or made a donation for their food, even $5. Here, directly benefiting. Worry, certainly not benefiting. What we can do mentally, however, is make aspirations that the fighting be pacified and that the war is stopped, and in Putin's mind, compassion is generated.
근데 삼다로.
This we can think.
근데 다 계제제 로도디 니 먼저 삼다는데 최 검잡상데 셈딜 마지와다 니셈마 동에 처로 도거든 검디 접지요 말해.
Yeah.
아니 수수 검잡네 셈디야 생토르다요. 셈디 심식초로 다요. 그런 배전적으로. 수수 담아도나 아니 밀라 계제티 테블로야 토볼라 계제티 토모토 그물 계제티 다딩아 검딘데 삼딘데 스탄드 응에 셈디데 차도도 당에 셈디 열제단을 가르쳐 버려서 된데스 쟤네 아니 셈디야 로덥 첨버서 그래 숨 로고 숨은 뉴바이 와서 숨은 가와이 와서 디서 그래서
The purpose of the meditations, particularly this one, is to endow one with more courage, mental courage, more potency. Not to upset the mind, certainly not so that it suffers more. If it has that effect, one should perhaps not do it. Because the point is to increase one's mental courage, not to scatter one's mind more. And in that sense, you can talk to your friends. I'm doing such and such a meditation. This is the experiences I'm having. Because the point is to improve the mind's courage. Yes.
다 곰데스 자녀님 미든데 되게
Alléon.
개개인스나 다 되게 개개인라데 계속 뭐 들어왔다.
Yeah, and in that case, you can talk to those who are experienced in meditation. And in this context, having a teacher, a spiritual friend, is very important. That's what they're for.
저 주주민도 아니 저는 가시야 삼지도에 얘기를 다 든다지만 든기시라.
So we're just about out of time, and if you have other reflections on this, we can go through them next week. If you didn't share your result.
단데 이 드라마게 랍상 단데
Yeah, drama.
마리바 세그레 랍상.
Yeah.
다 이나야 마리바 칸데 세기도 해야 돼. 든다들 곰자래 저는.
So Dharma mentioned that the practice helps awareness and stops in that light ignorance. Now, please think during the coming week, how does being aware of breath stop ignorance?
다 세부차서 저런 저 랜드 라서다.
Yeah, so
주어다 랜인가 라서래.
yeah. So you've got the conclusion now, the answer. The question was clear, now the answer's come clear. How is it the case?
다디 저런 섬다고야.
Please think on that.
다마 띵서 루도 하잖아.
Yeah, we're trying to go deeper.
칸데 마리바 세기도 다.
How is the confusion, the ignorance
다도
pacified?
다 곰자다나.
Please meditate on it. Yeah.
Do you have a question or answer? Or?
I just thought that, from my experience, that it creates this space.
Space. Yeah.
It makes it feel more illusionary parts of ourselves rather than real, whereas the breath feels very much real. That's what I came to.
Oh, so which creates the space?
The focus of breath.
Oh, okay. And the breath is real, so it helps that space.
Yeah, whereas the other.
The thoughts are not. I see. So the question was, focusing on the breath helps create space from the illusory like thoughts because the breath is real. Is that right? Yeah. The Uktang Mikbeche du Tes Karsa space Tes Sha Tes the Yudang Yuchin Ratu Gitene Tes Lulu Chigavada. You Yuchin Giparala. Digitene Namdok Tes Nyasacha.
네, 다 우주 어디 남도 상황에서 접부고요. 다 다라래.
Exactly. Exactly right. By the focusing on the breath, the thoughts get a rest.
다 딜라 단다 계속 망고요. 다 든다지만 Ligre.
Well, there's so much to talk about that. That will come next week.
지나서 next week 진다 배우면 좀 이제
It's a danger that next week no one will show up.
I'm busy. I'm sorry, I'm busy. Very easy excuse, you know. They say, I'm busy, sorry. I don't know what kind of busy they have. Let's be I can't come, sorry, sir. I'm busy. Very easy send this text message. What kind of busy? I don't know. Right. Yeah, that is Shara.
Yeah, stop for
That's
today.
every chance. The Tanare. They do sometimes in the mango that Leon without their raw. Tatanda Jela, Kiz Mango, that Lamoje, the any Dimu said that they can the Susu, they can summon Shindaka coin within a cause out the sons and a teacher and a war. You know, the Utiaga without raw.
Yeah.
Tipsia, no, that didn't not come yet. Some of the Deji Sharjons. I don't know the Deji Sharjons. Tindeji Shiva Tindeja, Tisha in any bear word, you know, the Manguji, Tia, the Govadara.
Yeah. So now the question and answers have become clear, and think on it during the context of the week, how the confusion is dispelled. And if you come to the conclusions, then write it down. I mean, you guys, you like to write, so it'd be good to write it down. You know, what kind of appearances are coming up in your mind, or you know, in dependence on that, what makes your mind pacified. It's good.
The Gomjave Togi, any sedan the Shingurmania, the Baji, YouTube down the Niki suggestion depend on Madara.
So I know I'm wanting this feedback from your own experience. Don't go on YouTube and ask others and say, "Hey, what happens when you pacify your mind?"
Depend on Google.
That's not benefit.
Google, Gejamatis.
No Google. No asking Google. Okay.
Google,
Your own Google.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, that down to the watch and the shower.
Yeah. So we'll just dedicate and leave it for today.
I didn't go on the Kiosasha with the and the Municipality. Okay, the Motu to Miss in your Miss in your know that the Fashi. I mean, Juman is my own. Juman is my own. Nearing the I've heard Jana, Jamil, Jana, Nerim Kalachin, on the Chelsea Target Miller, Kangi Shibu.
Yeah.
Nerim Kangi Dua, ne do that heard while another lation. Legachinile Kangirwa, Legachinile Kangi, Misile Kangi, Perjuga Mare, Jana Lumo Mangola, Kangirwa, another day. And the Tangandu Dua, that's a little.
Yeah.
Heard what that Kangi Shibu. 아니 이 다시 저도 미래다 담블링 지파 도저히 그것만 하시라고 해야 되죠. 아니 단다 지 줄로 쇼죠. 찹시기다 강에 텐데 벤저지 강에 텐데. 어디서 봐 강에 세야다. 미징 면주 말하니 면주. 칼라 말하니 칼라 두고만 두고. 망고지가 그 담아 빈자 카테베 등이다. 이 등에도 쇼지 밀미세 쇼지도 와. 아주 미 파츠 뚝제다. 등에디 카테베 등에 전부래도 알아. 어디서 파다 매워 차야게. 뭐면 매워도. 파도나다 전부리시디 차야게. 상매지래. 요즘 쌤다 민지기도 쇼나 아니 뭐도 이거 말아. 근데 지금 쇼. 대셔 안에들이 막 그래서
We dedicate the virtues we've collected together to world peace, that the war is stopped, the world is man-made, and may that be stopped. Also there are disruptions with the elements, may they be stopped, and also these diseases. These diseases. some eye disease. These diseases, may they be stopped. Particularly there is now disease still in Tibet and China. And what happens is, due to that, those diseases, it becomes political. And when that happens, it's difficult for the workers to do their daily work. And in that context, it's difficult for their life. But here in New Zealand, we are relaxed. It's not the case in some other countries like Tibet. It's quite difficult. So may that be stopped, and may we be able to travel as we did before. May the world not be overcome by difficult politics or just concerns for money. And those that need medicine, may they find it. Those that need food, may they be clothed. Particularly as humans, we experience the suffering of being separated from loved ones. We have to leave each other behind. May those sufferings be no more. And may the world live in peace, but particularly may the great compassion, bodhicitta, be generated in the hearts of sentient beings. I will pray to that end. Please dedicate likewise.
Ay,